Sometimes life throws a lot at us, and we can easily get caught up in the hustle and bustle, feeling like we're constantly spinning our wheels, but not really getting anywhere. Have you ever felt that way? You wake up, you rush through your morning routine, you head to work or dive into your to-do list, and by the end of the day, you're exhausted. But when you look back, you wonder, what did I actually accomplish? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us fall into the trap of working hard without actually being productive. But what if I told you there's a way to change that? Enter the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle. Now, let's break this down. The 80-20 rule states that roughly 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Think about that for a second. It's a powerful concept that can completely shift how you approach your work and your life. Imagine if you could identify that vital 20% that actually drives your success. You'd be able to focus your energy on what truly matters, work smarter, not harder, and reclaim your time and sanity. Sounds pretty good, right? So, where did this idea come from? The rule is named after an Italian economist named Vilfredo Pareto, who noticed that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by just 20% of the population. This concept has since been applied to various fields, from business to health, to productivities and beyond. It's fascinating how this principle can be found in so many aspects of our lives. For example, think about your relationships. Often, a small number of friends or family members provide most of your support and happiness. Or consider your wardrobe. You probably wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. It's all around us. So, how can we apply the 80-20 rule to our daily lives? First, we need to identify what that crucial 20% is in our work. Take a moment to reflect on your tasks and responsibilities. What are the projects or actions that yield the most significant results? Maybe it's a particular client that brings in the majority of your income, or perhaps it's a specific skill that, when honed, allows you to excel in your job. Once you pinpoint these high-impact areas, you can start to prioritize them. Let's say you're a student. You might find that 20% of your study materials, like specific textbooks or lecture notes, are responsible for 8% of your understanding and performance on exams. Instead of cramming everything, focus your energy on those key resources. This applies to any field, whether you're an artist, a business owner, or a parent. By concentrating on the tasks that truly matter, you can maximize your output and minimize wasted effort. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But what about the other 80%? Don't I have to do those tasks too? And yes, that's a valid concern. While it's essential to recognize that not every task is created equal, it doesn't mean you can ignore the other 80%. The trick is to find ways to streamline or delegate those lower-impact tasks. Can you automate certain processes? Use technology to your advantage. There are countless tools out there designed to help you work more efficiently. For instance, project management software can help you keep track of your priorities, while scheduling apps can remind you of important deadlines without you having to keep everything in your head. Let's dive a bit deeper into the concept of delegation. It's a skill that many of us struggle with, but it's crucial for applying the 80-20 rule effectively. If you're in a leadership position or part of a team, take a look at what tasks can be delegated to others. Trust me, you don't have to do everything yourself. By empowering your team members, you not only lighten your load, but also help others develop their skills and grow. It's a win-win situation. But what if you're not in a position to delegate? No worries. You can still apply the 80-20 rule to your personal life. Think about your daily routines. Which activities energize you and which ones drain you? Maybe you love going for a run or reading a good book, and those activities make you feel rejuvenated. On the flip side, perhaps you find that scrolling through social media for hours leaves you feeling empty. By focusing more on the activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, you can enhance your overall well-being. Another critical aspect of the 80-20 rule is learning to say no. This can be tough, especially if you're someone who likes to be helpful or keep the peace. But remember, every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals or values, you're saying no to something that could be more important. It's all about prioritization. If you're already stretched thin, consider whether that extra commitment is truly worth your time. Saying no can be liberating and allows you to concentrate on what really matters. Now, let's talk about the fear of missing out, or FOMO, which is something we all experience from time to time. With social media constantly bombarding us with images of people living their best lives, it's easy to feel like we need to do everything and be everywhere. But that's where the 80-20 rule comes in again. Instead of trying to keep up with everyone, focus on the experiences and relationships that truly enrich your life. It's about quality over quantity. You don't have to attend every event or say yes to every invitation. Choose the ones that matter most to you and invest your time there. As we navigate through life, it's also important to remember that the 80-20 rule isn't a one-time fix. It's a mindset that you can cultivate over time. Regularly reassess your priorities and the tasks that yield the best results. What worked for you last month might not be what works for you now. Life changes, and so do our responsibilities and goals. By staying flexible and open to reevaluating your approach, you can continue to optimize your efforts. Let's not forget about the importance of self-care in this equation. When you're constantly on the grind, it's easy to neglect your physical and mental well-being. But remember, you're the most important asset in your life. If you're burned out, tired, or stressed, you won't be able to perform at your best, no matter how hard you work. Make it a priority to carve out time for yourself, whether it's going for a walk, meditating, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee in peace. Those moments of self-care can recharge your batteries and help you refocus on your goals. Now, I want to give you a practical exercise to help you start applying the 80-20 rule in your life. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and create 2 columns. In the first column, list all your current projects, tasks, or responsibilities. In the second column, next to each item, write down the impact it has on your overall goals or well-being. Be honest with yourself. Which tasks are truly moving the needle, and which ones are just taking up space? Once you've done this, highlight the top 20% that contribute to 80% of your success. That's your focus moving forward. As you implement this strategy, remember that it's okay to adjust and adapt. Life is fluid, and sometimes unexpected challenges arise that require our attention. The key is to maintain a flexible mindset and be willing to pivot when necessary. Don't be too hard on yourself if things don't always go according to plan. The goal is progress, not perfection. In conclusion, the 80-20 rule is a powerful tool that can help you work smarter, not harder. By identifying the vital few tasks that yield the most significant results, prioritizing your efforts, and learning to say no to distractions, you can reclaim your time and energy. Remember, it's not about how hard you work. It's about how effectively you use your resources. So take a step back, reflect on your priorities, and start applying the 80-20 rule in your life. You might be surprised at how much more you can achieve with less effort. Embrace the journey and remember to enjoy the process along the way. You've got this.